Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're cracking open Ethan J. Monroe's fantastic deep dive, Cryptonomicon, to uncover the wild evolution of cryptography. We're talking about the ultimate lock and key for human secrets. We'll be exploring how the art of secret communication morphed from physical, ancient ciphers into the massive, complex mathematical vaults that secure our digital world right now. It's a crazy story of human ingenuity, war, and our absolute relentless pursuit of privacy.
So, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at ancient ciphers through World War II. Second, the modern digital revolution. Third, we'll get into applied cryptography and privacy. And finally, we'll gaze into the post-quantum future. All right, Section 1. Ancient ciphers to WR2. This is the physical era. You know, for literally thousands of years, secrets were purely physical. Take the Spartans around 400 BC. Their generals communicating using a cytola, which was basically just a wooden cylinder cut to a very precise diameter. They'd wrap a strip of parchment around it, write the message, and when they unrolled it, total gibberish to anyone trying to intercept it. Then, by 50 BC, Julius Caesar is protecting his military commands by simply shifting the alphabet a few letters down, the legendary Caesar cipher. But fast forward to 1939 and things get incredibly intense. The German military scaled this whole concept up to terrifying heights with the Enigma machine. They used these spinning electromechanical rotors and a plug board to create, well, an astronomical number of possible encryption settings. At the time, it really was the absolute pinnacle of physical cryptography. But as we know, no physical machine is truly unbreakable. As Monroe notes in the text, the successful decryption of Enigma-enciphered messages, codenamed ultra-intelligence, had a profound impact on the outcome of key battles. Alan Turing and the brilliant minds over at Bletchley Park, they didn't just break a code. They had to actually build early computational machines, like the bomb, just to fight machines with machines. It was this massive, world-changing triumph of mathematics over mechanics that basically birthed modern computing as we know it. Moving on to Section 2. The modern digital revolution, where we transition into mathematical vaults. So as computers got more powerful, we had to make a massive leap in logic. See, symmetric encryption, like the old 1970s DES standard, uses the exact same key to lock and unlock data. The fatal flaw there? You somehow have to safely hand that exact key over to the receiver, which is a total nightmare in a globalized world. But asymmetric encryption, like the RSA algorithm, completely changed the game with a two-key system. You just share a public key out in the open for anyone to lock a box and send it to you, but you keep a unique, mathematically linked private key all to yourself to actually unlock it. This was a brilliant shift. It solved the key distribution problem basically overnight and quite literally made the modern internet possible. But wait, there's a huge catch here. How do you actually know the public key you're using belongs to your bank and not, say, some hacker sitting in a basement? Well, that brings us to public key infrastructure, or PKI. To make this public key system work globally, we rely on PKI and certificate authorities to act like digital notaries. They issue these unforgeable digital certificates that verify identities, which is exactly why you can confidently type your credit card info into a website without panicking. And to guarantee absolute digital trust in all these communications, we rely on a couple more essential tools. First, hash functions. They take any amount of data and crunch it down into a fixed size output, basically a digital fingerprint. If even a single pixel gets altered in transit, that fingerprint changes entirely, which guarantees the data hasn't been tampered with. Meanwhile, digital signatures use those private keys we talked about as cryptographic proofs. It's an ironclad way of guaranteeing exactly who sent the message. If you find this analysis valuable, please like and subscribe to Knowledge Lighthouse to help us bring more truths to light. Okay, let's jump into Section 3, Applied Cryptography and Privacy. This is all about securing your daily life. Now, what's really interesting here is that you are probably a heavy power user of cryptography without even realizing it. Checking your bank balance over an SSL or TLS web connection, that's encrypted. Sending a secure email using PGP, encrypted. Catching up with a friend on WhatsApp or Signal, you are using end-to-end encryption right there, which means not even the people who built the app have the keys to read your messages. And if you trade cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, you're relying entirely on hash functions and public keys to maintain the integrity of a massive financial ecosystem. Just think about how a virtual private network, or VPN, protects you when you're connected to some sketchy public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop. It happens in 3 precise steps. First, there's a secure key exchange to establish trust between your device and the server. Then comes data encapsulation, where it literally wraps your data packets up inside an unbreakable encrypted layer. And finally, transmission. Your data travels through a secure tunnel over the public internet. It's locked away from prying eyes, basically making you completely invisible on the network. Which brings us to our final section, number 4, the post-quantum future. We're looking at some looming existential threats here. So will quantum computing just break everything? Honestly, it's probably the single most urgent question in modern tech right now. See, quantum computers use qubits that can exist in multiple states all at once, which lets them perform calculations at mind-bending speeds. Remember RSA encryption from earlier? It entirely relies on the fact that multiplying large prime numbers together is super easy, but factoring them back apart is incredibly slow for a classical computer. But back in 1994, Peter Shor devised an algorithm that theoretically allows quantum computers to factor those primes efficiently. The second a quantum computer actually becomes powerful enough to run Shor's algorithm at scale, the public key infrastructure we rely on today instantly shatters. Thankfully, the cryptographic community is fully aware of this, and they're already fighting back. Researchers are urgently developing post-quantum cryptography. These are entirely new algorithms designed specifically to resist attacks from highly advanced quantum computers. Instead of relying on the factoring of prime numbers, scientists are migrating to totally new, impossibly complex mathematical landscapes. We're talking lattice-based, code-based, and multivariate cryptography, all to build next-generation vaults that even a quantum computer can't crack. Furthermore, we're actually fighting quantum mechanics with quantum mechanics. While classical encryption relies on mathematical complexity, quantum key distribution, or QKD, actually uses the fundamental laws of physics to secure data. Because of the quirky rules of quantum mechanics, simply observing a quantum state fundamentally alters it. So if an eavesdropper tries to intercept a quantum key in transit, the data physically changes state. This immediately alerts the sender, providing what cryptographers call unconditional security. Honestly, it's the ultimate evolution of the secret message. To really grasp the weight of this arms race, there's nothing quite like having this text right in front of you. For the complete deep dive, own the paperback. Get your high-quality paperback edition on Amazon via the link in the description. Add it to your collection today. Please share this video and check the description for more. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As quantum computers inevitably come online in the next few years, will our mathematical defenses hold the line, or are we about to witness the absolute greatest code-breaking arms race in human history?